Hey guys, welcome to Car Guy 1999 Reviews as well as Quirk Auto Dealers. Today we have the 2020 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack Shaker. So the Scat Pack comes with the 392 or the 6.4 liter Hemi, producing 485 horsepower and 475 pound-feet of torque. Also comes with a performance exhaust. Make sure you're on there. I like that matte black stripe. This one's rocking the 245 section tires. Total price of $52,945. So this is the Plus package, which we'll get inside. It's a ruby red interior, pitch over pitch black. The technology group, driver convenience group, Harman Kardon, and the Shaker pack, as well as the power sunroof, the Bumblebee stripe, the Uconnect nav, the red brake calipers, and then the gas guzzler tach. So very, very high optioned one. You can see your 245s. There is your Shaker hood, which I'll go ahead, I'll pop the hood so we can see what that 392 looks like under the hood. There is your cold air intake for the Shaker. You can see, of course, that's functional. This is the top of the motor. Air comes in through here, through this tube, and into the cold air box. The air intake in the headlight is blocked off, but it is still a hole there, fitted with the two distinct Dodge logo lines. Since it's like 30 degrees out today, and I didn't want to wear my sweatshirt and then take it off once I got in the car, I'm gonna hop inside. Here is your ruby red Alcantara with Napa leather. This is, I own a TA 392 manual as well. So I'm very, very familiar with the Shaker pack. So the Shaker, the Demon, and the TA 392 have the white face gauges. So that's very, very familiar. New for 2020 is this leather lined dashboard. Also has red contrast stitching. Shaker logo. This is your key. Black key. And then this is the key to a Hellcat, because that's what's next. Of course, with the automatic, you get remote start. 8-speed automatic is, of course, still an option, but the 6-speed manual is standard. Of course, I daily drive my car, so I'm very, very familiar with all of these screens. You have your performance pages. That takes a while to load up, so we're not going to go into that too much. Your SRT dashboard. Oh, that's all new. Oh, you're different. So you can go into drive modes. Alright, that's familiar. You can go into your track setup. And you go into SRT dashboard. You can set up your launch control, which it's unavailable under 500 miles. You have your line lock, which is also unavailable. That's a new logo. Have that load up. This is your sunroof. Of course, power. As stated before, it is extremely cold. As you can see, we just got snow on the ground for the first time yesterday. So we're not going to be seeing how fast 0 to 60 is. So here is all your timers. That's been improved because mine is very, very different. Your different gauges. Your G-force. And we'll rock the dyno today. clutch is super easy to manage. I do it on a day-to-day basis, and of course I drive the car into Boston. I drive it everywhere. I even drive it in the snow. Mine's on the 275 section tires. So even with that little throttle application, I felt the rear moving around. Oh yeah, she's dancing around. That's a little stressful. Of course, this is the dealership's car. This isn't my car, so of course I'm trying to be as careful as possible because we don't really like these cars going out in snowy conditions. I drive my car on track mode all the time. That does shut off your traction control, but it keeps on stability control. Only way to shut that off is to hold your button down for I think it's about 10 seconds, and you have to be stationary. You cannot be moving for it to shut it off. But I do love the steering feel that track mode has, as well as the performance exhaust that's standard on all Scat packs now, starting in 2019, I believe. So when you put it in track mode, it opens it up a good amount. Extremely beautiful, honestly, with all the snow. Oh yeah, it's dancing. It's right at 33 degrees right now as we're driving. That's why I drove this before the Hellcat. Kind of get used to how a brand new one handles again. Because of course mine has 22,000 miles on it as we speak. Rev match downshifts are extremely easy to do. Of course, I do it on the daily, so I'm extremely used to it. All right, yep, that's what I was afraid of. Yeah, like this is all ice right here. It's all ice, all right. I think this will be the last drive of Challengers for 2020 is today. It's just, it gets way too sketchy in the snow until we get a really, really nice one, or we get a really, really nice day, one of the two. But it just gets way too sketchy, especially with a car that's not mine. I don't mind driving mine in the snow. It's actually very, very good. I just don't like driving a dealer's car with this much power in the snow. Speaking of, Dodge claims this car has 485 horsepower. I can vouch, or I can guarantee that it makes more than 485. With the in-car performance dyno as displayed here, mine's read 520 horsepower to the crank. I mean, you guys do the math. And people dyno them at 450 wheel. You guys do the math and realize that with the drivetrain loss and all that, it's more than 485 horsepower. It's almost like what Japan did with the 260 horsepower to avoid taxes. You know, every time I drive one of these, every time I see one in inventory, I have to drive it. I've never loved a car as much as the Scat Pack Challenger. It is just the last muscle car out there about straight line performance and just having more power than anything else out there. And I mean, it's just the feeling of driving it, the shifter at an angle, you know, it's like a rifle bolt action. I just absolutely adore these cars. And that's why I bought one. And you know what? I'm gonna continue to buy them. As long as they make the Challenger, I will have a Challenger. Unless something comes up in my life where I can't afford to have one or I can't own one anymore, I will continue to buy the Challenger. It is the best car I've ever owned, and it's definitely on my top 10 best cars I've ever driven. You know, and it's when reviewers talk about, yeah, I'd buy one, and they never do, that just shows you something. Whereas the guy reviewing it owns one and goes out of his way. I drove 2 hours just to come down and film today to drive some more. That just shows you how good of a car this really is. That note, I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.